Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kainat and today we have a 3D model of neuron. जैसे कि नाम से आप लोग देख सकते हैं, the spark of intelligence. Neuron is the basic structural and functional unit of a nervous system. Here we have a 3D model of neuron जहाँ पे इसकी इंटरनल एनाटॉमी शो की गई है। पहले अगर हम ग्रॉस एनाटॉमी की बात करें तो ये हमारे पास नर्वस सिस्टम के अंदर होता है, जैसे कि इसके डिफरेंट पार्ट्स हैं। हमारे पास डेंड्राइट्स हैं, देन वी हैव सेल बॉडी, देन वी हैव एक्सॉन, then we have dendrites and a synaptic bulb. After that, if we zoom into the microscopic anatomy, then we have different organelles like nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi complex, Nessels bodies, and then we have Schwann cells and node of Renwire and different organelles.
We have three major parts of brain: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. First of all, we will discuss forebrain. Forebrain has three major parts: cerebrum, thalamus, and this one is hypothalamus. Cerebrum has four lobes: frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. Below cerebrum there is a thalamus. Thalamus is also present above the brain stem. Below thalamus, hypothalamus is present.
These are eyebrows and these are eyelashes. Actually, these protects the eye from the dust particles, and eyelashes are responsible for the correct direction of the eye drops to drop. Now, this is the eyelid of the human eye. This is called the superior palpebra, and it is called the inferior palpebra. Actually, these are the lacrimal glands uh, which are drained by the seventh cranial nerve, and from this the lacrimal fluid drained to the portion, this portion called the cornea, and then it comes to these black tiny holes. The superior one is called the lacrimal superior functa, and the inferior is called the inferior lacrimal functa. From this, it drains to these pink canals, which are called the lacrimal canals. From these canals drain the lacrimal fluid to this portion, which is called the lacrimal sac. And from there, the lacrimal fluid is drained into the nasal cavity. So this is called the superior palpebra, and it is called the inferior palpebra, which is the fancy name of an eyelid. So this portion is called this is called the muscle which connects to the superior palpebra, and it is called the levator superioris palpebra. And it there are seven ocular muscles of an eye. So it connects to this levator superioris palpebra, and it is called. So this is the internal view of the palpebra. This rigid part is called the conjunctiva, and it has two layers. It's actually a double layer. This is called the conjunctiva of palpebra, and this connects to the sclera. So it is called the bulbar conjunctiva. And there are also lacrimal glands for the secretion of lacrimal fluid. So now we're gonna look at the sclera. This white portion is called sclera, and there are lots of blood vessels also on it. And when we see this portion, this is a 5-layer thick epithelial tissue called the cornea. So there are total 7 muscles in the eye. The upper one is called the actually it connects to the levator superioris palpebrae. So this is connected to this. So there are 6 muscles. The from when we look inferior to this is called the superior rectus, which is responsible for the upward motion of an eyeball, and from laterally this is called the lateral rectus, which is responsible for the rotation of the eyeball laterally outward and superiorly upward. And this is caused by the cranial nerve, which is sixth, and this is caused by the cranial nerve third. From inferiorly, this is called the inferior oblique, which is a red portion, which goes back inferiorly to the back of the eye, and it is responsible for the depression and the downward motion of an eyeball. And medially, there is a medial rectus, which is responsible for the superior and inferior outward and inward motion of an eyeball. And this white portion is called an optical nerve. We will discuss about it laterly. And this white portion is called superior oblique tendon, which connects to the superior oblique muscle. And superior oblique muscle is caused by the tubular nerve, which is the fourth cranial nerve. And now we will open this part to see the internal anatomy of an eyeball. Actually, now we will gonna start with the fibrous tunic, which contains the cornea and the sclera. And this brown part is starts the vascular tunic, which includes the choroid, and there are also lots of blood vessels on it also. And this black hole is called pupil. This is iris, and this is ciliary body. Now we will gonna look at the internal view of the vascular tunic. This is the internal view of ciliary body, pupil, iris, and from here it starts the sensory tunic, which includes the actually retina consists of two layers: the pigmented brown layer outer and the inner nerve layer. So it's pupil, iris, ciliary body, outer pigmented layer of retina, and internal nerve layer. This is called lens, which comes after the pupil, iris, and then lens. Lens is a crystalline structure which divides the eye into two portions: posterior chamber and anterior chamber. In anterior chamber, the it includes onward from lens to the iris and pupil and cornea. And in the posterior chamber, it comes from the lens to the backward, like retina, and from where the optical nerve drains the visual information to the brain. So it's called the lens. And this is very important structure called vitreous body or vitreous humor.
ब्रेन स्टेम होते हैं, हाइपोथैलेमस और थैलेमस। ये टेम्परेचर और सेंसरी कंट्रोल करते हैं। इसके अंदर पोन्स और मेडुला जो होते हैं ब्रीथिंग और हार्ट रेट को कंट्रोल करते हैं। सेरेबेलम लार्जेस्ट सेकंड लार्जेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ ब्रेन है।
बेसिकली जो हमारे पास आई होती है वो एक सेंसरी ऑर्गन है और जो हमारे पास विजन के लिए काम आती है। आई के जो है वो बेसिकली 3 मेन लेयर्स होती हैं, एक आउटर लेयर, एक मिडल लेयर और एक इनर लेयर। तो हमारे पास आउटर लेयर होती है, इसमें हमारे पास स्क्लेरा और कॉर्निया होता है। जो हमारे पास जो व्हाइट पोर्शन है आई का, ये हमारे पास का स्क्लेरा है। स्क्लेरा जो है बेसिकली वो आई के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए काम आता है। इसके बाद हमारे पास कॉर्निया है, पर ये हमारे पास इसकी आउटर लेयर है, यहाँ पर ये हमारे पास कॉर्निया, ये हमारे पास आई के रिफ्लेक्शन के लिए काम आती है।
Today I will discuss the anatomical model of nose. So inside the nose, nasal cavity is present. First of all, where nasal cavity is located? It is located above the heart palace and below the frontal lobe. In nasal cavity starts from nostrils, which is the anterior part. So inside the nostrils, a vestibule is present. Inside the vestibule, hair-like structures like cilia and mucus is present. Air enters through the vestibule, and the dust particles and traps here, and the pathogens also traps here. Meatus and conchae have three main parts: superior nasal conchae, middle nasal conchae, and inferior nasal conchae. And meatus also have three main parts.
So inside the anatomy of nail, we have here the nail plate, which is formally called the nail. But actually, this is not the actual nail. Inside the anatomy of nail, we have also other parts of the nail, which I'm going to discuss here. This is the formal nail, which we call formally nail. This is the nail plate, and this is placed over the nail matrix, nail bed. Sorry, and this here is the free portion of the nail, and this nail is proliferating from nail matrix from here inside.
Lungs are located in the thoracic cavity. Lungs are cone-shaped and pair organ. The right lung has 3 lobes and the left lung has 2 lobes. The left lung is smaller than the right lung due to the position of heart, and the lungs are surrounded by a double membrane layer called pleural membrane, and between two layers there is a pleural fluid, and here is the trachea from where wind enter into the lungs, and these are the primary bronchioles, which are divided into the secondary bronchioles, which are then tertiary which are then divided into tertiary bronchioles, and here is the alveoli, which are main structure and functional organs of lungs, and these are the main site of gas exchange. When air enter into the lungs, it expand.
Today we discuss about the anatomy model of GIT. Basically, its main parts are mouth, esophagus, small intestine, and large intestine. But we also some are their accessory organ, which include as a salivary glands, teeth, gallbladder. These are and mesenteries. These are accessory organ which help out in GIT. Stomach is a basically muscular J-shaped organ which is located below the liver and gallbladder. Basically, it consists of four layers. The outer layer is called serosa, and second layer is called muscularis, which is made up of several layers of muscles. And third layer is submucosa, which is consists of blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and fourth one inner layer is called submucosal. Basically, there are four regions of stomach.
And today I will be presenting the anatomical model of kidney. पहले हम लेयर्स को डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. हमारे पास रीनल कैप्सूल है, एडिपोस कैप्सूल और रीनल फेशिया. रीनल कैप्सूल हमें हमारी किडनी की शेप मेंटेन करता है. एडिपोस क्या नाम है, उसका स्ट्रक्चर मेंटेन कर रहा होता है, और रीनल फेशिया इसको दूसरे ऑर्गन्स के साथ कनेक्ट कर रहा होता है. फिर हम लोग अगर डाइसेक्ट करते हैं तो हमारे पास ये जो लाइटेड कलर लेयर है उसको हम रीनल कॉर्टेक्स कहते हैं. फिर हम बीनीथ जाते हैं तो हमें रीनल मेड्यूला मिलते हैं. रीनल मेड्यूला हर किडनी में अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 8 to 18 होते हैं, और रीनल पिरामिड्स को सेपरेट कर रहे होते हैं रीनल कॉलम. और ये सारा जो हमारे पास रीनल कॉलम और रीनल pyramid मिलकर हमारे पास रीनल मेड्यूला बना रहे होते हैं.
This model shows the dissected anatomy of a human kidney. The major structures of the kidney are mentioned here, like renal medulla, renal cortex, renal pyramid, hilus, renal artery, and vein. These all structures function together to form urine and transport it out of the kidney through the ureters.
Structure representing the nephron, the crucial unit of kidney. The structures include glomerulus, Bowman capsule, the proximal convoluted tubule, descending loop of Fenley, ascending loop of Fenley, distal tubules, and collecting ducts. Basically, nephron is a structural and functional unit of kidney, and it will purify our bloods and remove waste product from our body and maintain water and electrolyte balance. It contains two parts. First of all, it contains a renal corpuscle and renal tubule. Renal corpuscle further consists of two parts: glomerulus, that is a network of capillaries, and Bowman's capsule. Our model is about ureter. Ureter is a paired and a muscular tube structure, one for each kidney. The primary function of ureter is to propel urine from kidney to urinary bladder. The wall of ureter is lined by the three layers connective tissues which provide support, nourishment, and anchor the ureter to the surrounding tissues. And the other layer is the epithelial tissues, which has two primary important functions: is to act as a barrier for the leakage of urine, and also stretch and expand the ureter for the to accommodate the fluctuating volume of the urine. Urinary bladder is a hollow muscular organ that stores the urine before it is expelled out of the body. It is present in the pelvis region behind the pubic symphysis, and in males it lies above the prostate gland. And its capacity to store urine is 400 to 600 ml. When its empty shape is pyramidal, and when it is filled with the urine, its shapes become oval.
Today we are going to represent a model of skin which has basically three layers: hypodermis, dermis, and epidermis. Epidermis is also consists of 5 layers: stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum. Each layer has its different types and different parts. Considering the stratum corneum, which is highly keratinized, इतनी ज़्यादा keratinized है कि इस पे ब्लैक कलर होता है और ये जो है हमें प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करती है. इसके अलावा इस पे और भी लेयर्स हैं इसके नीचे जो कि एडिशनल फ्रिक्शन से और वाटर बैरियर के तौर पर करती हैं.
Heart has 4 chambers: right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle.
ये लिपिड बाइलेयर होती है इसमें, और दो किस्म की हमारे पास प्रोटीन्स होती हैं. एक इंटीग्रल प्रोटीन्स होती हैं, दूसरी हमारे पास पेरिफेरल प्रोटीन्स होती हैं जो कि इसके अंदर एम्बेडेड होती हैं. इसके अलावा हमारे पास कोलेस्ट्रॉल होता है.
This is the structure of neuron. Neuron are primary conducting cells that transmits chemical and electrical signals. And this is the anatomy of neuron. These are dendrites. This is nucleus, and this is Golgi apparatus. This is axon. These are axon terminals, and this is Schwann cell. This is node of Renwick. These are neuroglial cells that supports neuron in their function. These two, Schwann cell and satellite cells, these are present in peripheral nervous system, and these four, microglia, astrocytes, oligodendrocytes, and ependymal cells, these are present in central nervous system.
सो पहले सबसे पहले हमारे पास इसमें कॉम्पैक्ट बोन होती है, फिर स्पॉन्जी होती है, उसमें बोन मैरो होता है और बोन मैरो जो होता है वो ये सेल्स होते हैं उसमें पहले ब्लड स्टेम सेल्स होते हैं, रेड ब्लड सेल्स होते हैं, वाइट ब्लड सेल्स होते हैं और प्लेटलेट्स होते हैं।
Basically, tongue is divided in two parts, base of the tongue and body of the tongue. In base, two types of tonsils are available, and in body, four types of papillae are available. अगर हम इसका स्मॉल पार्ट को अगर जूम करते हैं तो हमें कुछ इस टाइप का मॉडल शो होता है, जिसमें जो ये वाला पोर्शन है इसे हम कहते हैं वेलेटे पेपिले। ये जो ये वाला पार्ट है इसे हम कहते हैं फिलीफॉर्म पेपिले, एंड इसको हम फंजीफॉर्म कहते हैं।
There are 6 types of neuroglia in our body. 4 are present in central nervous system and 2 are present in peripheral nervous system. Epidermal cell, astrocyte, microglia, and oligodendrites. These are present in central nervous system, and 2 are present in peripheral system. These are Schwann cell and satellite cell. Epidermal cell, basically they line the ventricles of brain and spinal cord.
Today I'm representing a topic is the anatomy of air. The study of air is known as the otology. So here is the pinna. It is made up of the elastic cartilage, and its function is to collect the sound waves from the environment. And when it collects that, it enters into the external auditory canal, which is 2.5 centimeter long tube. 1/3 part of external auditory canal is made up of the cartilage, and second third of the auditory canal is made up of the cartilage. And this tiny small balls is known as the airwax. So when the air hits the eardrum, it hits the malleus, incus, and stapes. And when the three bones vibrate each other, it hits to the cochlea. Cochlea basically consists of the fluid.
Blood vessels and the nerve endings. And the second one is reticulum. It contains Pacinian corpuscles and sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Oils, secretions also occurs from here. And the last one is hypodermis. Hypodermis contain fats and connective tissues. In connective tissues, they contain adipose tissues which are formed of adipocytes. They also store fats.
This is the hair, as you see there, and there is hair shaft present, which is present at the superficial layer of the skin, deep towards the hair root, anchored in the hair follicle. It is tube-like structure, hair follicle. There is a rectal pili muscles present, sebaceous gland, and there is a sweat gland is also present there.
I am presenting model of human heart. Basically, heart is muscular organ. It has 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle.
Here, spinal cord is the main part of central nervous system that starts from brainstem and to the lower back L1 and L2 vertebral level. It is divided in 31 segments, as first 8 are cervical, after that 12 are thoracic, after that 5 are lumbar, and 5 are sacral, and 1 is coccygeal.
This is a spongy bone. Actually, it plays a vital role in the circulation and immunity as it produces WBCs, RBCs, and platelets.
And basically, you can see that liver has 4 lobes: the left lobe, the right lobe, and the quadrate lobe and the quadrate lobe. Pathways where the blood enters the liver are the portal vein and the portal artery. Portal vein carry blood from the intestine, and the portal artery carry blood from the heart to the liver. And these are the places where blood exchange of materials between blood vessels and tissue interstitial fluid takes place. And this is the only pathway, the hepatic vein, which carry blood away from the liver to the kidney.
Then comes the velvet papilla. Velvet papilla consists of taste buds and helps in tasting of food. Then comes the sulcus terminalis. It separates the body and the root of the tongue. Then comes the lingual tonsils. Lingual tonsils prevent against infections and kills the pathogens.
Basically, spinal cord is a tube of tissues that arise from back of brain to the lower back, and here we go on the cross-sectional area of the spinal cord. Basically, there are 3 horn of spinal cord. First is anterior gray horn, and on the back side posterior gray horn, and on the lateral side here is lateral gray horn.
ये हेयर का क्रॉस सेक्शन है और इसमें सबसे पहले जो है अंदर इसके जो है वो मेडुला होता है, दैन इसके बाद कोर्टेक्स है, क्यूटिकल ऑफ हेयर है, एंड एक्सटर्नल रूट शीट है, इंटरनल रूट शीट है, इसके बाद डर्मल रूट शीट है। इसके फंक्शन में सबसे पहले प्रोटेक्शन है।
बेसिकली जो जीआईटी है इसका दूसरा नाम है मतलब एलिमेंट्री कैनाल। ये हमारे पास जो है ओरल कैविटी से स्टार्ट हो रही है और एनल कैनाल पे एंड हो रही है।
This is the pinna of the ear. It is made up of elastic cartilage and it helps to it contains the sound waves and enters the external auditory canal. Then the external auditory canal, when the air enters, it hits to the eardrum. When it hits to the eardrum, it hits the malleus, incus, and stapes. Stapes is the smallest bone of a human body.
That's the model of skin. Basically, there are 3 layers of skin. First one is epidermis, second one is dermis, and third one is hypodermis.